good afternoon. This is Pastor Kathy at First United Methodist Church in Picayune, Mississippi. And tonight we have a craft. It's really more of a snack for your whole family to do. Now this is one that's been around for a while. I remember doing this as a child at my church, and some of you might remember that too. But I realized recently that, not everyone knows this. And it's a good way to teach the Easter story. So what you need is one of these cans of crescent rolls, doesn't matter the brand, 3 tablespoons of melted butter, some marshmallows, and this is a mixture of 3 tablespoons of sugar and 2 teaspoons of cinnamon. If you don't have the exact measurements, it's not going to matter. It's going to taste fantastic either way. You also need a baking sheet, some parchment paper. Actually, the parchment paper is just kind of a bonus. If you don't like to do dishes, then you definitely want this. Jarod approves. He does our dishes at home, and so he likes this parchment paper. You also need an oven. What you want to do first is look at the directions on your crescent rolls and be sure to preheat the oven to whatever temperature says to preheat. So our oven is preheated to 375, and then you're going to want to open this. And so we peel it. And Jarod, can you press down at the seam? It's really hard. There you go. You kind of punched the rolls, but that's great. It's fine.
I exploded it.
You did great. So go ahead and dump this out. Our hands are clean. Believe me, we've been washing them pretty frequently around here.
Yes.
And we're gonna just unroll these. And sometimes they come out apart pretty easily, sometimes they're a little sticky. Today they're being a little sticky. There you go. Here's yours.
Yay.
And let me get one for me. Mine's going to be a little lopsided, but that's okay. You can always patch it up. So lay out your crescent roll. Make any repairs that you need to it. And how we begin. Wait. What are you doing? You're moving my crescent rolls.
I'm moving your crescent rolls.
Leave them alone. They're
All right.
fine. Okay, here. We have a marshmallow. And our marshmallow is pure, unblemished, and this reminds us of Jesus, how he was without sin and without fault. But he was arrested anyway, and he was tried in a very unfair trial, and then crucified, and he died for us. But after he died, the disciples took his body off the cross. This is our body. They anointed it with oil. Here you go. And they covered him in spices, as was the custom of the day. And then, once they had him covered, they wrapped him in linen and placed him in the tomb. And we're just going to put our little body of Jesus in the center of our crescent roll. And then we're going to begin wrapping it like a normal crescent roll. I'm going to make sure to press down the sides really well, because the tomb was sealed, and we want to make sure this gets sealed really well. We just roll it like so. If you lose the form of a crescent roll, that's okay. It's going to look more like a little bundle anyways. And so Jesus was placed in the tomb. The stone was rolled in front, and it was sealed. And there he lay for 3 days. And we're going to go ahead and make the rest of these, and we'll catch up with you in a minute. Can you hand me a paper towel? And we are back. We have our 8 little Jesuses wrapped in their little linens, cloths, and in their tombs. We have one over here. This is Jared's. It's his special one. And if you look closely, you'll see that he didn't quite seal it all the way. So we're going to show you what happens when you have a kid who does that and why you want the parchment paper. So we're going to go ahead and put these in the oven. And we are going to let them bake. These are going to bake for 10 minutes. Jared is our timer guy. And we'll see what comes out in 10 minutes. Thank you. It's been about 11 minutes. But we're going to go ahead and pull our little Jesuses out of the tomb. Remember, he was there for 3 days. When Mary came to visit him. And as you can see, we had some leakage. We had some escaped Jesuses. It wasn't just the one that Jared made. So I guess I shouldn't give him such a hard time. But we're going to let these cool for a minute. And then I'm going to show you why these are called resurrection rolls and what makes them so interesting. So Jared, do you know why these are called resurrection rolls?
No, I do not know why they're called resurrection rolls.
Well, remember we placed Jesus in the tomb, right?
Yeah.
We're going to open up our little tomb here.
Whoa.
And look at this. Where did Jesus go?
It's empty.
It's empty. And so this is a reminder of the resurrection, that Jesus was laid to rest. After 3 days, he rose from the dead and left the tomb empty. And now is the best part. You get to enjoy what you made. Here, eat yours.
I'm going to poke it first.
You can see
Oh,
his,
it burns!
That's what happens when you don't seal your tomb and you let your Jesus escape.
He burns you.
You probably need to edit that from the video.
I don't think so when you leave it in there.
Well, what do you think of your resurrection roll?
It's stuck on my teeth.
Eat just a marshmallow.
I think it's very good.
Yes, it's a tasty reminder of what Easter is all about. And you can make these Easter Day. You can make them the day before to enjoy with your family. But it serves as a good reminder that Jesus is risen from the dead.